You had a gym, you had a space, and you called it Campfire. Why?
Actually, it started off with a trip to Salt Lake City when I'd left a large commercial gym. And I went to Salt Lake City and I met Mark Twight and the Blevenses and all the lovely people around it, the non-profit. Former Jim Jones, which was, well, some of those guys were part of the Jim Jones collective and trained to 300 people and, Wonder Woman and Jesse Momoa and all the cool people like that. And, Mark's writings was something that definitely were one of the things that resonated with the speaking the truth. His writings are really good, but he also, if you read his writings, you'll realize that he had course corrections along it as well. And yeah, so I went to listen to one of their talks, and I ended up sitting on my own afterwards. There was this little drinking and eating thing, and I just went and sat on my own in a corner, being a little introvert that I am. And Mark eventually comes and sits next to me, and we're chatting away. And I expressed to him my unhappiness with the fitness industry, because as if I'm going to change it, and a level of grumpiness and just how I was just disillusioned with it all, and how I was out basically, and I was just looking to train myself. And we sat there at the end, and just as he gets up, I'm just getting to leave. He's going off to do his own thing. But thanks for chatting to me. He's like, right, go and open your gym now. I was like, this is the last thing I want, Mark. I was like, I'm not entirely sure you heard my story there. And he went, yeah, but everybody needs to come around a campfire. Everyone needs to sit and talk about where they're at. And there's people who need to do that. And yeah, and that was kind of manifested itself as a note in my notebook. I had some other confirmations where other people had just randomly started using the word campfire at me. And it was a reflection of what I needed to do when I got the gym. And when the gym first opened, I missed the original days, because when the gym first opened, we came in, we had a 30-minute discussion, we'd do a training session. The training session would be whilst we're talking about life and things like that. And being able to come around to each other and have a conversation whilst training, and using the physical expression to inform how we would behave when we left the gym. And that was really, really important at the time. And originally when everyone came in, you had to put your phones on airplane mode. There was no photographs to be taken in the gym. There was, it was all done in silence. Not the conversation, but, externally. This is where we were. Mm-hmm. It was a tool to help you. No one else needs to know you're going to train here. Go back out into the world. And, it was a really good space. And there is key moments, particularly when I have people who are visiting, where that really gets to happen again. I've got a really good friend, Henry, a friend, Chris, some of the guys who I know we do clothing. Built Up North operates out there, and every night, we still have glimpses of those really cool moments where we get to just have open discussions and have conversations about life. Mm. And one of the great things about that, and not to devalue a podcast, is sometimes it's the incidental conversations that happen, the incidental moments, and the things that you say freely that are almost not recorded and might maybe even misheard, that can have such a seismic shift on your life. It's those little things. They're invaluable. There's no value to them, but also you can't make profit from them, and that's what gives them the essence and the beauty. And you always get people where you've had a conversation with them and they'll ring you up and say, just because of you I've opened a coffee shop, or just because of you I've made this big change in my life. I'm like, cool. I don't even remember that specific sentence in a conversation, but I'm so glad that conversation, whatever it did, had something that landed for you.